Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. My name is Bruce. Some of you might know me from an ABC TV show, Think Tank, as Melbourne's happiest tram driver. Now, we have a couple of household chores to attend to before anything begins, so let's get those out of the way. Who has a mobile phone? Because we don't want to wake mother. So please turn them off now. And in the event of an emergency evacuation, we have exits here and here. Allow me to set the scene for this play. War and conflict have been with us since the dawn of time. Nation against nation, people against people. But this afternoon we're going to look at a lighter side of conflict, family. Now this play has two endings. So before you get too comfortable in your seats, be warned, I shall return. For you will vote on how this play ends. Now this is not Parliament here. This is theatre. So you can vote dramatically. So ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, allow me to introduce to you the Magnolia Tree.
It's a cicada. I think it's in the Magnolia Tree. Do you remember when we were kids? We used to spend hours searching for them. I used to get right inside those branches. Every time I got close, they'd stop singing. But they were there. And that one still is. Listen.
You listen. You heard what he said, and he said it in here where she could have heard. How could that not make you angry? Oh, that's it. We are not doing anything more until he leaves.
Vic, he can't leave. He's the one who has to sign the forms.
Deborah, you heard what he suggested.
Look, it wasn't a suggestion. It was grief. Look, this isn't a third world country. Most of us don't have any experience dealing with this type of stuff. So, I don't know, when we do, some of us just say dumb shit. Look, I think the best thing to do is just forget about what he said and move on. Yeah? Which brochure was next? Was it this one? Vicky.
Happy Valley. It has single rooms, en suites, lots of natural light, and a widescreen TV in its day room. I gave it a 6. Boombala.
Boombala? That sounds like a nice one, like a song. Boombala, Boombala.
The DON, that is the Director of Nursing, told me that it's an Aboriginal word which means a meeting of waters. I gave it a 5.
This one has a spa in it, a walk-in spa. I mean, I'd like a spa. Maybe I should inquire about spending a weekend there myself.
Oh, don't be fooled. That's there for you. But I saw it. It was covered in dust.
Wow. This one has a chandelier in its entrance.
Oh, so what? It's only a trimming. Underneath it's still a nursing home.
Well, thanks for that, Jack.
It's the truth. It's marketing. It's the same with dog food. Have you ever read the labels? Gourmet chicken or roast beef and gravy. They don't print that for the dog. They print that for us. They know we'll think, that sounds nice. Whereas the dog, well, he'd prefer to read cat shit or roadkill, which is probably what's in the can anyway.
Yeah? Well, I don't have a dog, and even if I did, it would be vegan.
Oh, stop it, Deb. Jack's right. And that is why I made a point of looking past these things. Wherever I went, I stuck my head into the toilet, the bedrooms, and especially the kitchens. Well, they didn't like me doing it, but I didn't care. Now, if we're going to do this, we're going to do it right, and I did. These are the only homes that made it onto my shortlist. So no, don't you worry, because I am not putting Mum in any old home.
Absolutely.
Ah, I'll take this one. Grand view, right? From the outside, lovely. But as soon as I walked in, this stench of urine, and I mean stale urine, just slapped me in the face. I was so disgusted I reported them.
You didn't.
Well, somebody has to. And wherever Mum ends up, they better be careful, because I will not hesitate.
They're gonna love you.
Ah, Amina, now I really love this one. Look at the gardens.
Wow, they are beautiful. Is that a magnolia tree?
And when I was there, it was in full bloom. As soon as I saw it, I thought, Mum loves magnolia trees.
How do you know?
Jack,
I mean it. How do you know what Mum likes anymore?
Grow up.
I'm serious. She hardly ever speaks. And when she does, all she ever says are 2 words. Mum and David.
Mum
And
loves
we don't even know who David is.
Mum loves magnolia trees.
yeah. She always has. She always will.
She never forgave Dad for trying to poison us.
God, that's right. You did try to poison him?
Not on purpose, he just overdid the snail pellets.
He knew exactly what he was doing. He said it blocked the morning light, and so he tried to kill it. And you know it.
No, I don't. And even if I do, it's just a tree, so I don't care.
It isn't just a tree, Jack. Is beautiful.
It is beautiful.
No, it isn't. It was. But now it's dying. I mean, look at it. It's hardly got a leaf on it. And when was the last time it flowered? Can anyone remember? Because I sure as hell can't.
Okay, so, who wants a cup of tea?
I'll make it.
Oh, okay, fine. I'll have a green tea.
We don't have any.
No, the last time I was here, I left a box in the pantry.
Do you want one or not?
That was a full box. Forget it. I'll be fine. Jack, start reading.
We offer a home environment. Yeah, right. This is a home. And I don't know about you, but I don't see a load of old people sitting around moaning.
That's because you're standing. You want to know something strange about the magnolia flower? If you pick one, it generally just falls apart in your hand. That's why you don't see them in flower arrangements, but when it's on the tree, the wind could be blowing all day long, and I mean howling. But once it stops, there it'll be, standing strong in full bloom.
She looks dreadful. Or am I the only one who thinks so?
Of course she doesn't look good. She's ill.
She's more than ill. She's different. When you live with someone, it's harder to notice the change, but have you actually taken the time to sit down and look at her? Because every time I turn up here, she's less.
Central Park.
Yeah.
Central Park? Don't tell me when I sent it to New York.
How did that get in there? That was in the no pile. I never went. So I rang, but they were full. In fact, they were so full, even their waiting list had a waiting list.
They had waiting list?
Well, of course. They all do.
Well, how long are these lists?
Well, that depends.
On what?
Of course, sorry.
Helen's uncle is in a home, Parkinson's. All he does all day is sit in a day room with all these other old people and wait.
Well, perhaps you should visit him more often. I'm sure that would make a world of difference.
And now he can't even speak. But when he could, he told me that every evening he prays he'll die. But every morning he just keeps waking up.
You know what, Vic? I will have that cup of tea now. Do you have any lemons? Or have they vanished too?
There's a few in the garden.
What?
You want me to go get you one?
Spiders? Come on, Vic. I'm gasping. You?
No, thank you.
Okay, that is enough from you. When she gets back, I want you to sit down, shut up, and just help us choose a place.
She's my mother too. I am allowed to speak.
Speak, yes. Become a psychopath? No.
I think it would be a
Oh
mercy.
my God, would you shut up?
There is a difference.
Shut up!
Don't tell me you haven't thought about it.
It's going to be looked after, which means Vicky's going to be free, which means so will we. I mean, you know she's never been easy, but God, since you found her out, I mean, Jesus, she's been nothing but a nightmare, a living nightmare ever since. But maybe a nightmare that could end tonight.
Agreed.
Oh, stop it, that's not what I meant and you know it. This could be a fresh start for Vicky. God knows she needs a fresh start.
You mean you need it?
Don't say it like that. I'm not happy about this, but I'm trying to stay positive. I mean, look at this place. This isn't a home. It's a museum of us with two ghosts trapped in it. Hey, Vic, this one, the one that had the Magnolia Tree. I mean, this one looks really nice. What do you think, Jack? Jack?
Okay, you win. Let's go with Magnolias. So, how are we going to pay for it?
Jack, we don't have to pay for it. Do we? Do we have to pay for this?
Well, of course we do.
Oh, okay. Of course, then so we pay. I mean, she's our mother, so why wouldn't we? So how much do we have to pay exactly?
Don't you worry about it. He's only trying to upset you. You won't have to pay a thing. Mum is going to pay for it.
Mum will. How?
The house.
The house? What, this house?
It's her house. She owns it.
No, she doesn't. Legally, I do.
Don't you even think. This is her house. They paid the mortgage, not you.
I'm sorry, but I don't mean to sound like I'm being, I mean, how much money are we talking about here? I mean, what is it that we have to pay for?
Well, that all depends on what we're after.
Oh, okay. So what are we after?
The best home that we can afford.
Absolutely. I mean, that goes without saying. Look, what I'm trying to ascertain is exactly what it is that we have to afford.
Deborah!
What? I just want to know. Well?
Well, there's the initial bond. That's the most expensive part. But then, of course, we're going to have to buy her a pressure mattress.
A pressure mattress?
Yes, that's to prevent bed sores. But you'll also need a high-low bed.
A high-low bed?
Yes, and they will go up and they can go down. The one we'll get her will go all the way to the ground. It's to make sure she doesn't hurt herself if she tries to get out of bed. And then on top of that, there's special services.
Special services?
Yes, that's right, parrot.
I do have a right to know.
Why? These aren't up for discussion, they're necessary. Then on top of that, there'll be nighties and slippers and incontinence pads. Naturally, it's hard to put a precise figure on it because it will all depend on what they feel she needs once they have fully evaluated her.
Okay. Okay. Well, what's the unprecise figure?
She will have whatever she needs.
Absolutely, I just said that goes without saying. Look, all I'm after is a figure. Well?
It'll be around $600,000.
How dare you talk about money in here?
Oh, where else should we talk about it? Outside with the spiders?
Are you sure? I mean, because that's a lot.
That's what?
What?
Now you listen to me. The home we are choosing is one of these. This is about quality. It is not about the money.
But that is the price.
Okay, so that leaves us with what?
Between 20 to 25,000 each, approximately.
No, I didn't know that.
What didn't you know?
Oh, look, I'm sorry, I know I sound like I'm being, I just don't, sorry, Vic.
Yeah, well, don't get getting yourself all in a tiz. We don't lose all of it. We do get the bond back.
Minus 30% management fee.
Okay. Well, that's okay. It's good, yeah? When do we get it back?
Excuse me, but can you hear yourself? Because I know you said you didn't want to sound greedy.
I never said that I was sounding greedy.
Really?
Look, all I want to know is how long we have to wait until we get the bond back.
Now you listen to me. I don't care what it costs. We are going to get her the best care. And once we do, you will sign the forms. Is that clear?
Is that? Oh, God, is that Mum?
Oh. You know, just because I've always done this doesn't mean it's my job. You'll find a clean pair of knickers in her top drawer. And the wipes are in the bathroom. If you put her on the toilet, which you probably should do because she probably hasn't finished, you're going to have to hold her there. Otherwise she'll get up and walk around. If she does, the mop is in the laundry. And if she does it on the carpet, well, you're just going to have to get used to the smell. Typical.
Why didn't you tell me about this?
I thought you knew.
Why would I know? I've never been into a nursing home. Oh my God, what am I going to do now? What the hell am I going to do? What on earth are special services anyway?
Haircuts, foxtel, activities, medication.
Medication? What? We give them all this money and we still have to pay for her medication?
Do you remember when Dad caught this fish?
Okay, there's nothing in here about fees. I mean, surely they should have some sort of specialised breakdown, something.
You stood on the rocks. You got me to waste a whole roll of film on it. Just stood there saying, another. Go on, take another. Every single one of them turned out just fine.
Okay, there is nothing in any of these that say we have to pay for her medication. Hang on, what's the time? Maybe I should give them a call.
You know, I never thought he'd die. I mean, I knew he would, but at the same time, it's never occurred to me. One minute I'm asking if I can borrow his edger. And the next, Vicky's calling me back to say she's found him in the shed. I've still got that edger.
No credit. Stupid phone.
Do you ever hear him? I do. I think I wouldn't, not after all this time, but there I'll be, washing the car, and suddenly he's in my ear. Well, go on, if you're going to do it properly. Get under them arches. I never hear her voice. In fact, it's been so long since I've had a proper conversation with her. I think I've forgotten what her voice sounds like.
Jack? I want you to hand Mum's financial guardianship back to me.
No.
If I have to, I will tell the tribunal what you've been suggesting.
Stop it, Vic. They will never make you her financial guardian again, and you know it.
No, I don't. That was years ago. Doesn't count anymore. If I have to, I will take Deborah along to back me up. Vicky. What? You heard what he said.
Look, do we have to get into this right now?
Will you back me up?
Canterbury. Yeah? Well, where's this one then?
Naturally, it's in Canterbury. Small. A bit clustered, but if we could get in, it would be perfect. Oh, Rosevale. This one had 80 beds, but it was a little bit too dirty for my liking.
Do you know how long Mum's been unwell?
It does have a nice garden. See?
11 years. I love Mum. Why do we have to find her such an expensive home? I mean, surely there are some good ones. I mean, even some magnificent ones that are a little more reasonable.
We are going to place Mum into the best home that we can afford.
Absolutely. I mean, that's my point. How much can we afford? Because this isn't just Mum's or Jack's house, this is ours. And giving the major part of it away to what, some overpriced care home, I mean, that's just... Okay. $25,000 sounds like a lot of money, but it isn't. And I'm going to need more. A lot more. There's this business that's just down the road from where I work. It's an organic fruit and vegetable shop. And it's for sale. Now they're only asking $85,000 for it. I know that sounds like a lot, but it isn't. It's a steal. The organic food industry is booming right now. So if I could just get in now, well then, that'd be it. I'd have made it. I could finally buy a car that I can rely on. can buy some laptops for the boys. They're falling behind at school because their computers are so old and slow, and you can't afford to let your kids fall behind at school anymore. It's not like it was back in our day. And then maybe, if the business goes well, maybe I might be able to buy a house. And I know that's what Mum would want. She loves us, she loves all of us. But she especially loves her grandchildren. And I know that she would not want us to spend all this money on her at the expense of them. I know she wouldn't. Because that's how I would feel. Look, I'm wondering if you've considered the fact that in an effort to do what you feel is best for her, you might end up breaking her heart.
We're not putting Mum in any old home just so that you can sell fruit and your boys can surf the internet.
You fucking bitch!
How dare you speak to me like that?
Vicky, Deborah is doing it tough at the moment. You don't have the right to be condescending.
Thanks for that, Jack. But you don't need to talk for me, okay? Okay. Now I am serious. I want to talk more about this.
The answer is no. She's going into one of these. Debate over.
Oh no, the debate is not over. Because this is not just your decision to make. There are 3 of us here, and I don't think it's unreasonable for us to sit down and try and find something a little more affordable.
You mean dump her?
No, I mean compromise. Doing what's best for all of us, not just you, Vicky. Jack, tell her.
I agree with Vicky.
What?
We're not just putting her anywhere. If you've ever been to a cheap nursing home, you realise that is probably the cruelest option of them all. Plus, even the cheaper homes cost a lot of money.
Oh yeah? Well, they can't all cost the same, otherwise they wouldn't be called cheap. You can forget it. Both of you. Because I'm not giving my approval to any of these places. If you two want to put her into what, a 5-star hotel, well, go ahead. But you're not using my share to do it.
Your share? What are you talking about? This isn't her will we're discussing, it's her future. You're not entitled to anything until she's...
Cup of tea, anyone? Call out if you do.
Deb. Deb. Deb.
Sorry, I shouldn't have called you a bitch.
An effing.
Yeah, well, you do have your moments.
Look. I know this is hard. I am not stupid. I know that you're under a misapprehension. But even so, I know that you know that this is the right thing to do.
You're right. This is the right thing to do. The thing is, why do I have to do the right thing?
Oh, Deborah!
I'm serious. When it comes to this much money, or even less, no one else does. Nowadays, right or wrong comes down to how right you can afford to be. And I'm broke, Vicky. Dead broke. My boys are suffering because of it. It's easier for you. It's easier for you. You've got less to lose, so you can afford some morality. Oh. Don't you scoff at me, don't you dare! You should see what we have to eat sometimes, just so I can afford to pay the rent.
That isn't Mum's fault. Or her responsibility.
Oh yeah. Here we go. I told you not to marry him. Do you think having children so late in life is such a good idea? He'll only leave you.
He did leave.
Okay. You want to do this? Fine. But I'm taking your share.
Oh, no, you're not.
You've already spent your share more than yours. So if you want to compromise, then your share is mine.
You're upset. I can hear that. So I'm not going to react to that comment. But I am warning you. I have paid for that. More than paid. So I will not be that gracious again.
Gracious! Ah, gracious. You're not gracious, Vic. You're devious. Dad left that money to us, not you. First it was supposed to go to Mum, and then whatever was left over would come to us, Vicky. But now it's gone, shoved into those fucking machines that you love. But if Jack hadn't discovered what you're up to, we would have remortgaged this place too, wouldn't you? And gambled that away. So no, I don't care how gracious you think you're going to be. I'm just informing you as to what is going to happen.
Let's just back up a moment. You're right. That money was for Mum. And it was spent on her. Spent in the form of my wages. Compensation for all these years I've spent looking after her because you two couldn't be bothered. So don't you dare start telling me what is and what isn't going to happen. Especially in this house.
That money was for my children. You lost it. You stole from them directly. So in my world, you have lost your say. So no. This is what's going to happen tonight in our house. We are going to find Mum a home, a good one. And then you and I will visit her as often as we can. And together, we'll keep an eye on her. And if anything happens, we'll deal with it then. That's non-negotiable.
You won't.
Won't what?
Visit her often.
Can't you stop? I just said that I would.
No, you said that you'd visit her as often as you can. That won't be enough.
I will visit her, Vicky. I will. Please, please, for once in your life, compromise.
I can't.
Why?
Because life is tough. It takes and it takes, and just when you think you've got nothing left to give, it takes that too. Eventually having the ability to live with yourself is the only thing you have. And I will not give that up.
Do you want to know a secret? About a year ago, I came this close to letting her go.
What?
It was her birthday.
That's it. I am calling the police.
Don't you want to hear my confession first? That way you'll have something to tell them.
I am not joking.
Neither am I.
You tried.
To free her, yes.
Kill is the word. Murder.
No, it isn't. Ironically, it's impossible to murder someone who is already dead.
Is that what you think of her? Is that how you're justifying what you're suggesting?
That's how it is.
She's alive. I know because I wash her. And when I wash her, I can feel her heart beating.
It's not her heart we are talking about.
And when I sing to her, and I do because often it's the only way to get her to sit on the toilet, she'll look up to me, Jack. Sometimes she'll even sing along.
That doesn't mean anything. That is just sad.
No. It means she's still in there. Because she always sang. Or have you forgotten how even from the front yard we used to hear her singing in the kitchen?
Like a cicada. That's what she's like now. Like that cicada singing in the Magnolia Tree. You tried.
I seriously considered it, yes. You two were outside with the others. She was in her room, asleep. One of the kids had put a party hat on her, pink one. I don't know why. She had no idea it was her birthday, or for that matter, who any of us were. And I realised then that this wasn't my mother. I was looking at a physical vessel whose occupant, the occupant that I loved and who used to love me, had left. Unfortunately, before leaving, she'd forgotten to turn out her lights.
What stopped you?
Bruh.
I'm only asking.
I'm not sure.
Yes, you are. You were born sure. Answer my question, Jack.
I am not sure.
I am. It was me. You knew that I would have figured it out and gone straight to the police.
No, you wouldn't have. You would have helped me organise the funeral, grieved for a while, and then moved to Gallup. And you would have bought your business.
Gallup? Where's Gallup? How did you know? The computer!
Why do you think it never breaks down anymore? I take care of all your updates.
You've been spying on me!
Checking is the word. You do have a problem, remember?
I do! I have a problem! How Did you know about this?
No.
Did you?
No! Where's Gallup?
It's a small town in New Mexico. It's in the middle of a desert.
Okay, now I'm lost.
Are you? So you seriously expect me to believe that you didn't know that he was spying on me?
She didn't know.
But I can see how outraged you are.
It wasn't your money, Vicky.
You were sick.
Was I?
She's met someone online who lives in Gallup.
Really? I know. It surprised me too. Well,
That's great. It is. That's great.
thanks.
So, what does he do in Gallup?
Is he a cowboy?
She's a beauty therapist.
That's brilliant. It's brilliant. I mean, at our age, we can use all the beauty expertise we can get, huh? How long has this romance been going on? A year. And is she coming here? Will we get to meet her?
Oh, I'd love it. No, she can't. It's too expensive.
I don't think there's much work in Gallup for a beautician.
So what? You'll go over and visit her? Wait. Are you intending on moving there? On living there? Oh my God! Oh my God! So that's why we're really here! So when Mum's doctor said she had to go into care, that was another lie. This isn't about her, this is about you! What, these brochures, these places? That's why you want to send her to one of these, isn't it? This is not about the quality of her care. God, this is about you and your guilt.
Guilt? Why should I feel guilty?
It was you. That's the answer. That's why I didn't do it, because of you. Both of you. You wanted to know what stopped me. She isn't just my mother, she's ours, and I didn't feel I had the right to make that choice by myself. Now, who wants tea?
What, so you planned this?
I sliced the lemon. Do you still love her?
What the hell does that even
Do you?
Now, will you help me?
Because I do. I love all of you, and this whole question is about love and what it means to really love. So come on, ask yourselves, what is the best thing we can do for her? And I am not talking about what society says we should do, but what our hearts tell us is right.
Deborah, will you back me
Just
up?
stop, okay? Just please
I need an answer.
I said shut up! Oh. When I came here tonight, I was happy. I've been happy ever since I got your call. Do you know what I said to the boys? I said, boys, get ready for a brand new life together. That's how naive I am. That's me. Ice to Eskimos, Jack. That's why you made it. Because you can sell ice to Eskimos. Trouble is, I'm not that cold. Vic, I think you're right. I think it's pretty clear now that having the three of us here in the same room isn't going to work. So I won't call the police. But I do think that Jack should leave.
Come on, Dad, we were just talking.
Why won't you call the police?
Especially not in here. So just let it go. Let it go, Jack. I know it hurts. I know it is hard seeing her like this, but if it is that hard to see her like this, then don't see her. But isn't that the real reason why you don't visit anymore?
And you do?
Yes. And I live on the other side of the city. Please, Jack, don't make it any harder than it has to be. Just leave.
So you're with her?
Yeah.
Please don't make me do this.
What?
All I wanted to do is talk.
Do what? What is he talking about now?
Doing what has to be done for all of you.
What the hell does that mean?
Look at you two. Together at last. Defending an outdated morality that is working against you.
Jack, please. Just leave.
Have you informed your sister of the commissions you've been taking during these visits?
Don't listen to him. I mean it, Jack. Get out of here. I said don't listen to him. He's just being a dickhead.
What commissions?
Oh. Jesus, Jack, what are you doing? Isn't I not screwed up enough already?
There was a tablecloth.
Deborah! Language! What tablecloth? I just want to know which one.
I was having a dinner party, okay? I didn't have a good one.
Okay. It's okay. But which tablecloth?
Just a tablecloth. What does it matter?
Not the one that Nan hand embroidered. Tell me you didn't use that at one of your parties.
What do you mean, one of my parties?
That tablecloth is over 100 years old.
I know. I didn't use it at a party. It was dinner for a friend. I was just trying to impress them.
Okay. I understand.
A boyfriend? Oh, God. It's okay, Vic. We didn't fuck on it.
Oh.
Look, I put it straight back in its bag and it's been in storage ever since, okay?
Dry storage, because the damp will ruin it.
It's as dry as a bone.
At your place.
Yes, at my place.
He said commissions. What else did you take?
Can you stop with the take? I mean, they're just as much mine as they are yours.
But what were these other things?
Oh God, they were just things. I didn't even know they were gone, so what does it matter? I am allowed a few things. She is my mother too.
But what things? I just want to know.
Nana's rings.
What? No, you couldn't have taken them. I know because I see them every morning. Their boxes are right next to Mum's pills.
You don't see them, you see the boxes.
No, I see them. And that drawer is locked.
Yeah? Well, I've had them for over 2 years, Vic, so maybe you're looking at something else. Vicky, stop it. Can't you see this is bloody... This is what you want. You want to separate us.
For your benefit. You have a fault in your makeup. You always have. You blindly go with your rose-coloured politics instead of thinking. But we aren't kids here arguing over chocolate. And this isn't your mother's future we are talking about. It is you and your boys. Now, if you get me to leave, you might be able to hold your head up now, but how are you going to do that when you're 60 and still renting? Help me.
Help you?
I'm right. You just don't want to see it, and I know why. It's awful. But that is not a good enough reason not to look. And if you don't, a fruit business, forget it. Your only chance is to buy a house. But how? Your share of the bond? Now is not the time to be a daughter. Now is the time to be a mother.
They're gone. Every morning while giving Mum her pills, I've been staring at 2 empty boxes.
They're not gone, Vic. I just moved them from here to my place. They belong to us, not to a house. So what does it matter where they are? As long as they're in our possession. You were sick, Vicky. And you can't get things like that back. Once they're gone, they're gone. But look, I mean, you didn't do it. You didn't even know that they were gone.
What a family. What a family.
This woman in Gallup, what's she like?
You know what the really sad thing is? Jack, you were always her favourite. No matter what we did, she always loved you more than us. David, yeah, she does call his name a lot, whoever the hell he is. But she also calls out to you. Did you know that? Never to me or Deb, but to you. Do you know what I hope? I hope that for your soul's sake, that she truly can't remember who you are. Because if she can, in there, she'd be praying to forget.
Like she's already forgotten you.
Is that it? Is that the best you've got?
The best. Hasn't it ever occurred to you that the only reason she's hanging on is because she knows the only thing you've got is her?
Ouch!
But now you have found someone. Oh, fantastic. I mean, this is a golden opportunity for you to totally rewrite your life. So go to her. I mean, just grab your passport, pack your bags and go. Because you're not here out of love. I know you think you are, but you're not. You're here out of fear. A fear to live. You're not a carer, Vicky. You never have been. All you have ever been is a frightened leech. And you know it.
That's it. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm off.
What? Where?
Piss off!
No, you tell me where you're going.
Out the back with the spiders. For a fag. My first in 2 weeks. Thanks for that, Jack.
Oh, okay, wait on, I'll come too.
Oh, no, you won't. You did this. You fix it.
Helen said to say hello, I forgot to tell you. She was going to come too, but she didn't think she should, so she didn't. Tracy sounds nice. And she makes you laugh. No one here does that. Not anymore.
Just exactly how much of my private conversations have you read?
We've never been close. But I love you, Vicky. And I just want you to have a few moments of happiness. Priding yourself on enduring the unendurable is not alive. And you said it yourself. She never even calls your name. And now she never will.
Do you ever call her name? Come on, Jack. Call her Mum.
I did it to stop thinking. That's what you wrote. All those lights and pictures, they stopped me thinking. You weren't gambling, you were escaping. I didn't realise it, no one did.
Now I can't afford to do anything but think. Did you read that too? Before I'd even started on Dad's super, I'd blown all my own money. All those years living on a budget, going nowhere, doing nothing, because I was saving for a rainy day, because I was sensible. It only took a few months. Thing is, I didn't just lose the money. I also lost Deb. We used to be so close when we fought, but we were close. Now she hates me.
No, she doesn't.
Oh! used to see things in black and white. Not because I was narrow-minded or brave enough to tell the difference, but because I was strong enough to pay the cost of choosing white. And there is always a price. Tell me you'll visit her. Every day. Promise me that and I will go. Knowing you'll visit her is all that I need.
Visit who? That isn't Mum. Mum is gone. That is an apprentice ghost.
She calls your name!
So what? Look, to her now, names are just glitches.
No! You'll never hear. She looks for you. I've seen her.
No, you haven't. You're just saying that.
It's the truth! Why won't you believe me?
Because there is nothing that I can do. Even if she is in there, I can't reach her and she can't reach me. Ever. It's over, Vicky. She is gone. All I can do, with your help, is to set her free. Let her go, Vicky. Please. Let her go.
Why are you doing this? Is it for the money? Don't tell me you need more money.
One of my salesmen left his wife to be with this woman that he met in Argentina. He told me that he couldn't bear the thought of living the last part of his life as lonely as he'd lived the first. He said he would rather kill himself, just like you did. I read everything up. I couldn't stop. It was like for the first time in my life I could actually see what was left. I had nothing. And because I knew there was nothing ahead for me, I decided that after Mum died, I'd follow her. But then I found you. You meaning Tracy. If you put her in one of these homes, you won't have enough money to live overseas. And when you come back, alone, what are you going to do? Sleep in your car? Because you won't be able to stay here. Here will be gone. But if you leave now, real estate is so cheap in New Mexico at the moment, you could afford to buy 2 houses. You could rent out one and make a home in the other with Tracy. It would be a life, Vicky. It would be a real life.
Built on greed.
Built on love.
How can you possibly call this love?
Because you know Mum better than anyone. All she ever wanted was what was best for us. This is called letting her love you.
If you were going to do it, how would you do it?
Deborah!
Just want to know whether he'd heard or not.
No one is going to get hurt. we will use this.
And what is that? Orange juice?
Mixed with 10 grams of sodium pentobarbital. In tiny amounts, they use it to calm people down. Not even a healthy adult can survive 9 grams.
Jesus.
It is traceable, but that would only ever be an issue if they have a reason to go looking for it. Here, no one would suspect a thing. They would just put it down to something natural. And then, if we cremate her, since that was what we were planning to do, we'll be safe.
So what, we're just going to go in there, give it to her, and then what? Call an ambulance?
No, we couldn't. If we were all here, it'd look too suspicious.
I agree, we couldn't all be here.
So I'd be the one to call.
All you do is call her doctor. As long as he signs a death certificate, and there is no reason why he wouldn't, the authorities wouldn't even have to be involved. I could be here by the time he arrived. We all could. We could just say that you called us first, Pete.
What if the neighbours tell the police that our cars have been here all night?
They wouldn't.
Oh, yes, they would. People love gossip, Jack. No. We'd have to leave and then come back.
Okay, you're right. We'll do that.
And come back once the doctor was here, though, not before.
How do you know it doesn't hurt?
I've seen it used. Our vet used it on our dog.
Oh, for fuck's sake, your vet. Your dog? Are you kidding me? Mum's not a dog, Jack.
Stop it, please!
Where did you get it?
It doesn't concern you. I just got it, okay? I love her. That is why I am here. And this is love. Whereas these places, that is just abandonment. That is us not having the courage to love.
If you love her that much, then why don't you just get her to move in with you? Or you?
She has gone, Vicky. She has gone.
He's right. She has.
Well, then forget about Mum. Or me. Think of yourselves. How are you going to face your children in the morning knowing what you would have done here tonight?
When it comes to our children, maybe it shouldn't be a secret.
What? So you tell them? How?
I don't know how or when or... Yes. I think we should tell them. It wouldn't make sense if we didn't.
We can't tell anyone ever. The only way this can work is if we make a pact. We are going to have to trust each other completely.
Trust.
He's right. He's right. Maybe we just need to look at this from another angle. What if the only reason Mum is still hanging on is because of the way we are? What if, by coming together tonight, we can free her spirit as well?
She's right.
Jack, you're an atheist.
But I'm not. And neither are you. Okay. So how does this stuff work? Will it let her just drift away?
Yes.
Okay, well, that doesn't sound like a bad way to go, does it?
What? Drifting away or by the hands of your own children?
Better here, at home, with us, than alone inside a care home. Do you remember when she was diagnosed? Do you? God, she cried. I'd never seen her like that before. Even at Dad's funeral, but even there she held her together, but when she was diagnosed, she broke. And I heard her say it. So did you. She said she never wanted to forget who we were.
And she has.
She said she never wanted to go into her care home. She said that she would rather be dead.
She was upset. It's only natural.
This woman, Tracy, do you love her? What about her? Does she love you? Have my blessing. Vic, I wish you every happiness in the world, I do. I forgive you. But Jack's right. This is what she would want. It's time to let her go. Do it.
Me? No.
What? What do you mean, no? This is your idea.
Yes, but do you know how hard it was acquiring that stuff? I'm sorry, but I have done my part. No. We do this together, or not at all. I got it. Vicky calls the doctor.
Me? Why me?
You missed it, Deb. What's wrong, Jack? Did she call your name?
Oh my God. You've already tried? Tonight?
I wonder what you were doing so early.
Did you or didn't you?
This has to be a communal action.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Jack! God! You didn't bring us here so we could agree with you. You brought us here so you can convince one of us to do it. God, me!
No. All I did was talk.
Jesus, Jack! Oh, Jesus Christ.
Such a little thing. Deborah? Deborah,
What?
she's asleep. So if you want to get her to drink this, you're going to have to wake her up.
Me? But why me?
Because he won't. And I can't.
But you will call the ambulance or the doctor or whoever the bloody hell it is that we're supposed to call, won't you?
I won't have to. Because you won't do it. You're a good person, Deborah. Good people don't do this.
How the hell do people not buy a house off of you? And you think you know me so well, but you don't. All you know is the little girl that I used to be. Well, that little girl can't provide for my children. And the welfare of my kids overrides everything, Vic. Everything, including her. But there is no way that she would want me to put her welfare before the welfare of my children. And do you know how I know this? Because I am a mother. So if there's any part of me left that you think you know, I'm sorry, Vic, but that part dies now.
Deborah!
Promise me you won't say anything. Promise me.
I promise.
I warned you I'd return. That storm seems to be getting closer. I hope lightning doesn't strike here tonight, because now it is time to vote. But let me tell you that at the matinee performance at 2 o'clock today, there were so many questions. We redid the play right from the start. Who among you would want to stop Deborah from giving Mother the orange juice? Please raise your hands. Thank you. And who among you would want Deborah to give Mother the juice? Please raise your hands. Thank you very much. And the verdict is
told you. I'm not that cold. Forget about it. She's staying here with me.